Hi there, everyone. Dan Dix here from Press for Truth. We are here with the one and only James Corbett of the CorbettReport.com, and we're here in the lobby of a hotel because James is actually on his way to the airport. As you can see, he has his luggage, but I wasn't going to let him slip out of here without getting an interview one-on-one in person. So, James, I'm actually curious of how did you come to call yourself an anarchist? I know it's been a long journey for you, and eventually you got to the point of being an anarchist. How did you get to that point?
I prefer the term voluntarist, actually, and it's one of those cases where the more clearly you understand the problem, the more clearly you can articulate the solution. So as obviously throughout anyone who's seen the Corbett Report and my journey over the past 8 years trying to document all the things I document, it was really the logical, inevitable outcome of that, because once you identify the problem of concentrated power in entities like these governments, which are always trying to accumulate more and more power and trying to obviously send it further and further up the pyramid, the only counteraction to that is to decentralize, to localize, to bring the power back down the pyramid, back down to the individuals. And there is no statist philosophy that can accompany and accomplish that. So I use as the basis for my sort of ethical principle, my basic ethical principle for the construction of any political ideology should be that the only valid basis for human interaction amongst adults is voluntary participation. And once you've got that as a base, I don't care what you build on that base. You can have your anarcho-syndicalist community or your free market libertarian community or whatever it is, as long as it's based on voluntary participation, that's all that matters. And I think that is the answer to the problems that we're documenting here.
And how do we get people to get there? It's not necessarily a natural progression. It takes time. You know, is there a way to fast track people's progression into these understanding these things?
The only thing that I can speak to directly is my own experience with this. And my own experience was encountering this information, processing the information, verifying the information, understanding the information, realizing it's all true, and then what next? And as I say, it was a logical outcome. Well, the only real way to combat this centralization is through decentralization, and the only ethical principle that can rely on is voluntary participation. So I think it really is a natural fallout from the information itself, which is why I do what I do. I try to get the information out to other people so that they can have a similar process. Well, they can do with it as they please, but this is what my own experience was, and I have to believe that other people have had similar and are having similar experiences right now.
And I'd have to agree, and I think most people, it's a no-brainer that the non-aggression principle is a pretty good thing, you know, to live by. So James, thanks again for speaking with us, and hope you have a safe trip back to Japan.
Thank you so much. It was good to meet you, Dan.